Hello, Neanderthals, and welcome back to the Cro-Magnon Cave. Recently, I have picked up Lonestar from a free Epic Games sale, and we are going to be playing it on the channel. Let's get into our first run here as the Shielder. We're going to have the Instructor 0, add 10 max HP and 1 max fuel with Tenacity. We will embark. So, I've seen some gameplay of this game, and over time, you unlock a lot more character options, a couple more ships, many more of these little modules that you end up using to fight the other ships. But let's get into it here. A new bounty hunter here, welcome. Here's a quick tutorial from the Bounty Hunter Association. Let me see. There's a criminal nearby. Go catch him for your first reward. We're going up against the Plunderer, Gray Stripe, Henchmen class, danger level, and then Gray Stripe, after a high risk investment in an interstellar venture capital association, ended up with nothing and eventually took a daring risk to join the Hyena gang as a space pirate. So this first battle is probably going to be very simple. So he has some basic cores which he's loading power directly into, so there's no bonuses here. We have a pair core, which when loaded 2 of the same energy adds 2 strength. We have a basic core, which it's the same as his, just whatever's loaded into it is what value you get. And here you can see a representation of all of his cores damage coming in. And then here is the effective damage. So if we slot 2 2s in the middle, we have 6 power coming from here. So it's 4 going towards the enemy. And what we can do is mitigate some damage on the top and bottom. Here's a pop-up that explains it. The 3 columns of numbers in the middle represent your strength, outcome, enemy strength. The outcome is the absolute difference between the strength of both sides, representing the damage you're about to deal or receive. Your strength, outcome, enemy strength. That's a good way to put it, game. Okay, now the enemy's slotting in some 3s across the board. The attack unit will convert energy points into strength in the same lane. The support units produce various supportive effects. You can differentiate between the 2 types based on the icon color in the upper right corner of the unit. Try the orange energy. You can only load energy whose color outgrades that of the slot. Orange is greater than blue is greater than white. Once loaded, the energy cannot be removed. So we have an orange and 2 white energies. We're going to upgrade our orange energy, let's say to 4, so we can beat them out in 1 lane. We'll just do the middle, and then we don't take any damage and we deal 1 to them. Their health bar's down here. We have some shield since we're the Shielder class. You can consume fuel to move your ship upward or downward. One chance per turn. After each battle, a certain amount of fuel will be restored. Experienced bounty hunters will use movement to avoid enemies' strongest lanes. And there's our fuel value, our shield value, our star coins, and our health up top as well. So we're going to dodge upwards, and then we're going to use our bottom basic core to deal 1 to the Plunderer. This way we'll save some blue energy for next turn. I could have slotted one of those into the gentle tap device, but that's okay. We have a matching energy because of it. Actually, we're going to upgrade this one to 5. Slot in 2 5s for a large hit here. And then we'll just match their basic core with a 4. They're down to 4 HP. Probably one more good turn here and they'll be taken out. Let's just upgrade, do 5 5 5, and then a 2 to even out. So it'll show a little dead face here whenever you have enough damage to deplete their HP. So we got some star coins, fuel, and then get to choose a new unit. High energy cube on load generates an orange 3-point energy. So that's going to do some like energy fixing if you roll low. And then we have a pure white core. When loaded with white energy, add 2 strength. So I do prefer this early on. It does let you get a little more damage to overcome some of the early fights. Obtained units need to be equipped onto your ship to be brought to the next battle. The total weight of equipment units cannot exceed the ship's weight limit. Click or drag units to equip them onto your ship. You see the weight here, and then we're going to equip this to one of our weaker rows. I'm actually going to move the basic core up in case we need to pump 2 energy into the top row for some reason. So we got 2 vacation days. The value it takes to click on one of these is represented at the bottom. And so we can either get a repair, a fuel, or something unknown. Since we're not damaged at all, we're going to go for the unknown. And we get to gain 1 common attack unit or 1 common support unit. I'm going to go for the support unit. And we got the high energy cube. All right, so we have some energy fixing. I'm going to end the vacation, and we're going up against the Great Wall spaceship, criminal name Old Chen, and their danger level is Henchmen. As long as my spaceship is big enough, it can always hit the enemy. Old Chen loves to boast about his Great Wall after a few drinks, but maintaining such a large spaceship left him heavily in debt. So we're going to get a unit, a fuel, and a star coin. Standard rewards for a low-level enemy. Each ship have durability. Winning a showdown in each lane will reduce their durability by 1 point. Enemy ships. When enemy durability reaches 0, they cannot take actions next turn. Reducing enemies' durability to 0 is a common strategy for bounty hunters to claim victory. So he's got a scaling damage here, so if we go upwards, we're going to be able to deal more damage to the enemy here. Let's upgrade this to a 3. Upgrade it to a 5. Put 2 in there. Put 1 here and then a 4 here. So this gave it 2 extra strength because it was a white energy, and we took him out in 1 turn there. Star coins fuel a unit. Consecution. When loaded with the last energy from hand, generate an energy. So this is good to get a little bit more damage out of your energy and maybe be able to slot in, say, a white energy into our high energy cube, and then get another orange to slot into consecution. And then a weak energy source, which is just click it. You get to do it once every turn since it only has a 1-turn timer, and it generates a white 1-point energy. So this could be a way to generate a white energy and have extra energy output through the high energy cube. So I'm not sure what's better here. I think I like the consecution to trade out one of our basic cores. Now that the middle row is a little weaker seeming now, we'll do it that way. So we have 4 vacation days, which means we get to pick 2 of these options here: star coins, unknown, fuel, or treasure. I always like treasure because the more artifacts you have, the better your run can be overall. I call them artifacts on accident sometimes, but they are treasure in this game. Either gain a common treasure or a 60% chance for a rare treasure. You've come across a group of Undeptus Mechanican workshoppers engaged in a festival prayer. They recite a piece of code, and it says that if it's free of bugs, they'll receive the blessing of the mech god. They invite you to join in the prayer. What will you do next? Recite high difficulty code. And it was successful, a faithful prayer. You successfully recite a bug-free, highly challenging piece of code, and the mech god is very pleased, granting you Provoltaic Module. At the start of the 4th turn, add 4 strength to all attack units. That's going to be a big finisher of 16 damage right now with our 4 attack units, 8 in the middle, 4 on the top and bottom. Obtained treasures have permanent effects in this run. Collect as many treasures as possible. Properly combining treasures and units is also the key to success for seasoned hunters. So we have maximum fuel. Let's get some star coins in case we encounter a shop. Ooh, this is a shop, a trading planet. Ever since the big shot pilot Cabby visited this repair station, it has become a trending hotspot. The queue for ship modifications has even caused a gridlock in the cosmic lanes. Let's get the 6 star coins. We'll hit the next shop that's a little bit better quality, hopefully. The energy generated during battle contains 2 types of energy resources. Point energy resource, 1 to 9, which is the value of the energy, and then color energy resources, which is white, blue, or orange. So by default, we have 3 whites, 2 blues, 1 orange for color energy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any energy that we generate will be from 1 to 5 and could either be white, blue, or orange, with it being 50% chance for white, about a 33% chance for blue, and then about a 17% chance for orange currently. There's ways to modify this through events in the game, and I'm sure we'll encounter one soon that allows us to either up our lower numbers or remove some of our white or add an orange resource. At the start of each turn, 3 energy will be generated with an extra 1 energy in the first turn. At the end of each turn, your energy will be retained and the max number of energy in your hand shall not exceed 10. The shield will take damage first and fully recover after each battle. Make good use of the shield to mitigate damage effectively. So we received a 5, a 1, a 3 in white, and then a 4 in blue. We're going to upgrade the 4 to a 5. We can slot in the 2 5s in the middle. We will use a white 1 to become an orange 3. We'll upgrade it. We'll put a white 3 into the pure white core to get the bonus damage. And then we will put this 4 into the Consecution to get another energy. And it's also orange, so we'll do it again. We'll get a blue energy, and that will be enough to win the bottom lane. Now, Turbo has 1 durability, so we'll get a free turn to deal damage, but that also buffs the damage that they'll deal in return on their next turn. During the showdown, each victory of a lane will reduce the energy's durability by 1. When the enemy's durability reaches 0, they can't take an action next turn. Okay, so with this, we're going to try to get as much damage out as possible. Let's make an orange 3. Let's upgrade it to a 4. We'll pump 2 4s into here. And then let's do another 4 at the bottom row. That'll be 14 damage. Pretty decent. But now they're going to deal 8 in the top, 8 in the bottom, 5 in the middle. How are we going to counter this? We could slide down. We'll pump 2 4s into the middle to win. And then kind of a gamble. But we got to take the risk here. So we're going to take 1 damage, but we'll deal 3 in return. And then we'll finish them next turn. Which is fine, because we get the shield. So no harm, no foul there. But I like to do it perfect as I can, so that if in case I have to, I take as little health damage as possible. So our treasure came into effect there, and we were just able to wipe them out with 16 damage across the board on their stun turn. 3 star coins, a fuel, a treasure. At the end of the showdown, upgrade the energy within the highest point in hand to orange energy, radiating particles, ignition coil. At the start of the first turn, add 2 strength to all attack units. I think ignition coil's good for what we have going on right now, and then we get another ship weight limit since we defeated the boss, Moonshadow Ryoma. Unknown, upgrade a unit, unknown, and a unit. So these are going to take varying amounts of days, 2 and 2, and then these 3 are 3. We have 5 days, so we'll take 1 gray and 1 blue. Let's say we'll do an upgrade. Since I'm a human, I'm able to spend 12 star coins to upgrade 2 units. I'm going to do that. So this just degrades one of the slots to blue, a little easier to use. This adds more strength, and this adds more strength. I'm going to add more strength. This makes these larger to pump into Consecution, which I do like that. This degrades the slot, but I'm not too worried about that. So we'll upgrade these, the high energy cube plus, and a pure white core plus. Let's get another unit. Inferior clock core, overclock of 4, which means it triggers whenever you put energy of 4 or greater in. So this one is going to add 2 strength, and it has 2 slots, so that's not awful. And then Tri-Power activates on every 3rd energy slotted into the core. Inferior Tri-Power, add 4 strength. This could be better than the basic core if I have to use it, but let's do an inferior overclock 4. I'm thinking this one's going to be decent. That way, if I don't have matching numbers, I can get bonus damage if it's high enough. Plus with this, that's generating 4-point energy. That's pretty good. When needed, you can use call for support, shop repair / fuel refill. Each call for support chance can only be used once per run, so use it wisely. This is the boss. So actually we got the weight limit upgrade on the elite. I forgot that on the final boss it's like week 11, or whatever you would refer to this as. You get another weight limit upgrade to 9. It's a little confusing because it's like elite boss to get the 9, I believe, something like that. Oh, we'll go into it without a basic core, not too big of a deal. Facing unbeatable enemies, you can choose temporary retreat. You'll retreat to the state before the battle started. So that's a way to re-roll the run and see if you can figure out a way to win otherwise, but I don't think we'll need it. 4, 2, and then let's generate some extra ones here. Do it like that. 20 damage. We get 3 durability off of Moon Shadow. So 2 more turns like that, and we will actually be victorious here. But that first turn energy bonus is really nice. Upgrade. We'll go 4, 4, 3. Just even it out. Would have been nice to get some extra damage, but that's okay. No orange here, but we can upgrade pretty effectively. I might just have to tank a little damage here to actually win the fight, but let's see if I can plot in something big enough to, yep, we can do 2 around their main cannon here, vertical / core. But then they're going to change into horizontal attack mode, which is using all of these instead of the vertical / core. That's okay. We might be able to take them out before they get the chance here. Upgrade that to a 4. Do that to a 5. Perfect. Fortunately, this wasn't larger, but that's okay. Didn't need it to be. Perfect 38 damage. There we go. No durability lost. 5 star coins. Restore all our HP and fuel. It's already full, but alright. Choose a treasure. At the start of the battle, all slots of the central unit become white. Okay. Add 1 max fuel. This could be good. Maybe we'll do something like that. When this unit adds power, double the power added, double-edged battle axe, or high energy induction. When orange energy is generated in your turn when orange energy is generated in your turn, add 2 strength. That is such a weird, like, when orange energy is generated on your turn, probably would be a better phrasing. But I do like this because it kind of goes with what we have going on here. Honestly, this paracore is seeming a little bit weak now. So we can do modification, treasure, shield, upgrade unknown, or a golden unknown. Let's just do modification. Either copy a unit or copy the lowest graded slot of a unit. We'll copy the lowest graded slot so we can generate more orange energy. Add a bunch of strength every turn to this. Okay, then upgrade. Upgrade gentle tap device, or upgrade 1 unit for 10 star coins. Let's just upgrade the gentle tap device. And now we are promoted to stage 2. As a 1-star hunter, you have claimed the bounties for the following criminals: Moonshadow, Ryoma, Turbo Hans, Great Wall Old Chen, Plunderer Greystripe. The Associated has promoted you to a 2-star hunter. Head to the next galaxy. If you want to know the upgrade effects of a unit, you can expand the upgrade preview box on the right side. The top right corner icon of the unit indicates whether it can be upgraded It's at 1 or 2 and 1 or 2. So we already have quite a few upgraded. We have these 3 that need it, and these are pretty much useless at this point. Unless we're going for a strength attack unit core build. Okay, so this enemy has binding touch. The enemy can only load the leftmost or rightmost energy from their hand, which does impede us slightly with the type of manipulation we're trying to have with our build here. That's okay. We can do many things here to overcome that. We'll do something like this. Grade that to a 4. Load a white energy. Load one of those again. And then we'll load the middle unit. There we go. We have enough damage to take out locking in 1 turn. This is pretty strong so far. 4 star coins, a fuel, and a new unit. At the start of the second turn, generate a white 9-point energy, single-use charger, or breakthrough. At the start of the battle, degrade the highest unit slot of all units. That could be good to be able to implement something of blue color into this, just in case. Also with the gentle tap device. It doesn't matter too much for the high energy induction. We really just want to generate orange energy to get damage there. Let's change our energy resources. Upgrade all 2 point to 3, 3 point to 4, or 4 points to 5. Let's upgrade our 3s to 4s so that we can automatically have inferior overclock core, add 2 strength if we need it to, and then as well, we can pump the 1s and 2s into here to make 4s as well. So I think that is a good call. We are facing the sidewall. Arrow X3 is the criminal, and the danger level is Henchmen. If you're considered joining us, I can spare you 5 star coins. Gathering strength. Attention. When this icon appears on the enemy's side, it means they'll launch a fierce attack next turn. So we're winning in the top and bottom, but we can only do a maximum of 1 damage due to these defense modules. But in the middle, he's trying to deal 12 while we can only put out 4 currently. Let's upgrade that amount of damage. We have all 4s in hand. We can upgrade 2 of these to 5s. Oops, I am missing there. So if we want to do maximum damage, we might want to... I don't think we want to slide down. I think we want to continue pumping into the middle, generate more 4-point energy to just keep adding strength. We'll do 4 there and see if we get something else good here. 5. Wouldn't have made it a difference, but that's okay. We'll take him out next turn, hopefully. See how strong the attack is here. 20. That's not the worst. We definitely can get through that. Just pump these in to generate some strength. There we go. 6 and 4, that's 20, and that is the kill. Sidewall is not too strong. We're definitely generating a lot of strength for our first run here. 4 star coins, a fuel, and then choose a new unit. Hexagram core, on load, add strength equal to this unit's number of slots. Pulse recharger, activate every 3 turns and generate 2 white 6-point energy. So let's go with the hexagram core. I do like this one because you can manipulate adding slots to it to continue gaining strength. I think this is just a lot more flat damage compared to the paracore. Because no matter what we load, we gain 2 strength. Which I believe that's also better than the overclock core. We have 5 vacation days, so we can do a 3-day and a 2-day. Let's do a treasure. Okay, so this is take 2 damage for a 20% chance to find a treasure. On failure, add 10% chance. And the damage goes up each time. So let's just go into this until we get the treasure. Ooh, it doesn't go up. So that's only 4 damage. And we add a max fuel. We haven't had to use too much fuel so far, but that is still good to have. Gonna go to the blue uncommon. We're gonna either pick 2 out of 5 common units or 1 out of 5 common treasures. Let's do 1 out of 5 common treasures. Piercing spear, when the enemy's durability reaches 0, deal 10 damage to them. That's pretty good. At the end of the battle, add a fuel when fuel is 0. That's alright if we didn't have 5 max fuel. When generating 1 point energy, upgrade it to orange energy. That would be good if we generated 1 point energy, but we don't. All items in the shop have their prices reduced by 25%. Coupons is pretty good. And then backup energy. At the start of the battle, generate 1 energy. Let's do a backup energy. We'll get 5 at the start and see if we can carry it over. You rummage through the treasures, pick a few to discard, and then throw them into a nearby trash can. He thanks you profusely, saying you have saved him a big hassle. As he walks away, you quietly return to the trash can and put the treasures in your pocket. We don't have the weight capacity for this breakthrough, so we're just going to roll through into this fight as is. Spaceship name Saint, criminal Nyla, danger level elite. Throughout history, renowned charlatans have always been able to disguise themselves as victims to gain fame and fortune. Nyla is no exception, so don't be fooled by her harmless look. Start battle. After the showdown, deal damage equal to current durability to the enemy. So we want to kill them with 0 durability left. Wipe them out. Kill's a harsh term. Make some orange. Grade that to a 3. Put it in there. 4 and 4 here. Generate more. 5. 5. And then a 2 point. We'll get 2 more strength, or 3 more strength there. So this is the best for white energies we have. That's 4 damage to us right there. That's our shield taken out. Okay, we don't have very many energies, but we don't need that many with our strength building here. 5. 4 and up top. Generate again. Generate another energy. Then a white we're going to put into pure white core. 38. They have 1 durability left. We take 1 damage to our health. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Yeah, we get 10 free damage every turn, and then everything's buffing our strength. Only took 1 damage from an elite fight. That's actually pretty good. 4 star coins, our fuel, treasure. You read the unknown powder. Perfect ring. When all unit slots are loaded, add 2 strength to all attack units. This is hard for us. We need more energy generation. We'll take it, but ship weight limit increased. If we get the right unit, we could do it. We'll have to see what we get here on our vacation days. 2 modifications. I think I'm going to take those. Select 3 units and add 1 random color slot to one of them. Hexagram core, Constitution, or energy core. And it did it to the high energy core. A burst of colorful lights flash, legendarily common after the machine's prompt sound. High energy cube plus successfully gained mod add white slot. That was actually the best chance we got there, a white slot out of it. For you in the slot color modification machine designed by the recent Mechmaster, Pie's design philosophy revolves around quality and difficulty. It invites you who have gained some recognition lately to be the first to try this machine. To grade the highest graded slot of 1 common unit 3 times, a rare unit 2 times, or a legendary unit 1 time. I think we could do... I think a rare unit 2 times could be good. That way we don't need Constitution in the middle. A little bit more likely to get blue than orange energy anyways. But we'll leave it there so it's degraded to white regardless. Ooh. After 2 turns, switch conversion core to accumulation state. Currently 1 of 2. Okay, everything's a 4 now. Make this a 5. Make this one a 5. So he's dealing 4, 11, 14, 11, 4. Let's slide up to get the 4's benefit. We will pump a 5. Our 5's in the hexagram core, I believe. We'll do a orange 4 up top, a white 4 in the pure white core, our 5 into the Consecution, re-rolling it, getting this buffed up. What do we want to add here? This will only add 4, 4, so that's 6. We'll do the top one. Yeah, we're just a little short on energy with all the slots we have here. Okay, same deal. Upgrade. Let's do... We'll move down so we get less damage overall. 4 into the top. 4 into the bottom. Consecution twice. It's an orange 2 we can pump. We're going to gain damage in the middle this way. Make it a 6, and then we'll put it into the top. We win all 3 rows. Perfect. They're paralyzed. Now we can just deal damage best we can here. Convert this to a 4. Pump it up twice. We have a 6. We'll put that in the top. Put a blue 4 in the hexagram core. Consecution twice. And since it's pure white, we'll upgrade it with 3 strength and we'll deal enough to take them out. Perfect. Don't touch my ship, Gabby. 6 star coins. We'll get a full heal and restore of our fuel. Treasure. Escape ladder at the start of the battle. Degrade the colors of all support unit slots. That could be good. When an attack unit still has empty slots after loading, add 2 strength. We'll do that since we usually have some empty slots. Unload, generate an energy that is double the point of the loaded energy. That could be a nice buff right there. Or high pressure diverter, overclock of 5 or greater. Add 11 strength to the attack unit behind. That does sound pretty good, and it gets a way to have us get rid of energy faster and then also utilize it for a lot of damage. Directional effects include adjacent, all sides, front, in front, behind, to the left, upper, above, lower, below. The effect range is 1 square adjacent to itself. What do we remove, though? Not sure. Unit or unknown? Let's do unknown. Upgrade basic core and consecution, or select 3 units and they each have a 50% chance. This is already upgraded, so let's do the consecution. Let's just see if we want this. Do the longer one because it's usually better. You visit a desolate planet and encounter a treant who fears loneliness. He even uses his own ability to split into 2. When he and his replicant see you passing by all alone, he feels the pain of loneliness and wants to give you a gift. Gain 2 identical common units. Randomly copy 1 unit. We'll gamble. Had to be breakthrough, huh? Okay. Going to 3-star hunter. These are who we took out. Professor Ed, a henchman. Ed was fined 100 star coins by space police for littering, and to pay the fine, he modified his spaceship and became a space pirate who battles by dumping trash at will, earning him a wanted notice. That's pretty funny. At the start of the turn, force the enemy to only generate 1 point energy until they have 9 energy in their hand. Interesting. Little does he know, we got upgrades, people. Upgrades. Big damage. Slide down. We're gonna use 4s up top. What else do we want to do? Bought some white energy in down here on the pure white core. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to get some consecution value here, so why don't we just... I think it'll go best down here. Oh, they're one short of being blown up. Let's just finish it off. I didn't even realize their health. 5 coins, a fuel, and a unit. Triangular core is pretty good. Tri-power, add 3 power. This continues to build every turn. That's not bad. At the start of battle, upgrade all units, excluding upgrade device. I'm not sure if I'm going to utilize this effectively, but I can't see myself putting an upgrade device, so we'll hold on to triangular core for now. We can either remove a 2-point energy resource or remove a white energy resource. I'm fine with the colors. Let's get rid of a 2 so we get more 4s and end our vacation. Spaceship, 1 punch. Tomozu, henchman. Anyone who can withstand a punch from Tomozu will be respected as a real man by him. By the way, this creepy bald guy has a cute granddaughter. It has a countdown of 3, add 30 strength to all attack units, then surrender next turn. So he is a timed fight that has a limited duration. Get a free 4-point, and then let's do some upgrades here. We'll just keep using this one to make, what is it? It's 6 slots, so 12 damage for free in the middle. 5 here to buff by 11. Let's do our white 4 points at the bottom. We can just throw in a blue 4-point for 2 strength. 6 damage in consecution, another 4. And unfortunately it's a 1-point. I should have saved a slot for the high energy cube. But no matter. We're still going to deal 72 in 1 turn, and we have another turn to finish him off. So, plenty of damage going on here. This build is really strong. Get our big 6 energy. We don't even have to slot it in all up top. We'll put it in here, and then we'll do a 5 to get 11. And let's just block the 2. We don't need to do anything too complicated. Finish him off. Getting close to the end of the run here. Only our elite fight and our boss. Our final boss. I wonder what we'll get here. It is Order Corleone. That's the big square boss, if anyone's seen this game before. Start of battle, add 2 power to adjacent attack units. Try power, add 5 power to the attack unit in front. Let's do the amplification device. It's already upgraded. After this elite fight, we should get our final weight capacity. We haven't been to a shop, and we got plenty to spend. First item you buy is free. Let's get the legendary 1 power to everything. So this is the subwoofer. It does 1 power to all attack units, and then there's smaller ones, top, middle, and bottom, that do 1 power for a row. This one's top, so let's get that. Reflective barrier at the start of the turn. When any lane failed in the showdown last turn, add 3 strength to all attack units in that lane. Sure, we can get that just for safe measures. Another amplification device. Ignition device. Load a 1-point energy into all units, including ignition device. I don't think we want that. No, we do want that. We do want that because with high energy induction, I believe that would be generating energy. Maybe just loading. It's not generating it. Unfortunate. That would be a really cool combo to put 1 in everything and have a bunch of damage come out. Grade the highest graded slot of 1 unit. Gain surge device at the start of 3rd turn. Add 2 power to all attack units. Gain 6 coins. Well, we won't have a use for the coins, most likely. Degrade the highest slot of a unit. Why don't we do the... Just do the Consecution so we can move it. Gentle Tap device will now be degraded fully. Free 1 point blue energy, that's fine, we'll upgrade it. Ooh, upgrades everything to 6, but he also gets the benefits. Well, let's buff up our high energy induction. We'll put the 4 in first up top, and then we will put let's do a blue 6 to add 11 strength. 2 white 6s at the bottom to get 9 each. And then Consecution pumping. Everything generated is going to be a 6. That's good. Oh, this is unfortunate. It's not orange, but it'll be worth 8. 32 on fair play is pretty good. We'll either take them out this turn, or we will break their durability and take them out next turn. So we're going to go through upgrading this here. Upgrading it to a 6, and we can slot it into the overclock device. Do the blue 5 up top. We'll use Consecution. Make another orange, and then another 4 up top. We'll slide down to avoid damage. We didn't even break their durability, unfortunately, but that's okay. This turn, I believe, we'll still take them out regardless. And honestly, we might just slide down again to make it even easier. Yeah, that was my mistake, game. Thank you for letting me know. Almost put a 4 into a 5, which would have done nothing. Consecution twice. And then we will... we're sliding down, and we already have lethal. Let's just upgrade it and slide it in there. And that will be the end of that battle. We'll get our last weight upgrade, and we will be able to finally finish the build here. 5 coins, a fuel, a treasure. Start a turn, add 1 point to all orange energy in hand. At the start of the first turn, load a 6-point energy into the central unit. 6-point white energy, I should clarify. Do it like that then. So this one gets degraded. It gets a 6-point white, and then it's just extra free damage. And then let's add the amplification device. See, that might not be as good. This actually still works pretty well with our build. Loading an orange 1 into this will make an orange 4. It'll upgrade it to a orange 2 that we get to keep if it goes into the gentle tap device. So we're still generating orange energy off of that. So it's not as good as I would have hoped, but it's still pretty decent. Let's change our energy resources. Upgrade a 1 into a 6. That's what we're going to do. We have just enough. So we have 4, 4, 5, and 6. High energy cubes kind of being obsolete, but it still generates orange specifically, so that is helpful. Gain weakness analysis classes at the start of the battle. Reduce the enemy's durability by 1 point. We'll do that. That's all we can do here. All right, on to the final boss. Order Corleone. Adds 6 strength when activated by order. May be hibernated by order. They all have that. Okay. So 12, 18, 18, 18. If we slide down, it'll be a little less, or slide up, it'll be a little less for a row. I don't know if we need to do that necessarily. We'll start off there, putting 1 into everything. Upgrade it 2. Upgrade it to a 5. 5 here. Put a white in. We'll slide up since we didn't get enough damage at the top. And we can fill everything, and that's going to give us a bonus. Big bonus. 45 damage and 3 durability taken off immediately from order. Kid, any last words? Well, he's taking a turn off, so let's try to save up some points here. What are we gonna do? We're gonna upgrade a 4 to a 5 for next turn for this. And then a slot a 6 in for extra damage and pass. Okay. 30, 24, 30, 30, 30. So we want to stay in the middle. We have a lot of energy to work with here, so we don't need the ignition device. We're going to try to save our white energy for the pure white core. Let's pump some oranges in up top. With a blue 4, we're going to pump that straight in. Orange 6, we're going to upgrade twice. Where do we want to put this in at? Probably at the bottom. We'll do a white 5 right here. We'll re-roll it to a 6. We'll put that 6 in. And we're going to just generate some orange. Perfect. And then with what we have remaining, we can deal more damage to get a paralyzed bottom row, and I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, there's no way we can slide and paralyze him for durability here, but that's okay. Just shield damage. And I think we have a good chance of taking him out this turn. We'll do that to generate some extra energy. Pure white core is going to save the day here, I think. Oh yeah, we're already taking him out. That was a great first run, a great boss fight. We have completed it. We've leveled up to level 4. We got some reroll chances. We've unlocked some characters, a whole bunch of them. We'll see those in the next runs. And that was amazing. I love this game. It was a great first run, and I hope that we have some good runs in the future. Thank you all for stopping by the Cro-Magnon Cave, and I will see y'all in the next one, Neanderthals. Peace out.